I'm one of those people who sometimes says that warm-ups aren't necessary, that it doesn't help all that great, don't waste your time, and sort of even if you just sing a song, then that's warm-up enough, and then the rest of your performance will be flawless. There will be no problems. But recently I've started practicing in the car because I'm really busy at home and elsewhere, and so I don't warm up before I get in the car or in the car because there's no point, especially on short journeys. And I didn't think it was a big deal until very, very recently, which is kind of quite shocking. I noticed that on a lot of my songs, I couldn't hit the notes that were required. For example, in Little Big Town's Little White Church, there are sometimes there are low notes in at the end of each verse, and I didn't realize how much difficulty I was having until my mum went, "You can't hit those notes, can you?" And I was like, "Oh dear," because I thought I could, but it was very, very, very clear after a while of me listening to myself back over and over again that I definitely couldn't hit those notes. I was out of breath. My breath control was awful. I was shaking way too much on the long notes in some of my songs, like At Last and House of the Rising Sun. And it just sounded awful. And I was really worried because I was like, what is wrong? What can I do? And then I went, oh yeah, it's because I've not been warming up. So I've definitely changed my opinion of that. Warm-ups are very important, and I will do them all the time now before I rehearse, and I will warm up probably for about half an hour before my solo performance just to be sure. I work for a theatre company, so I have a vast array of weird warm-ups that do the trick though. Yeah, some of them are very odd, but they seem to work incredibly well. Something that I struggle with a lot is my diction during some of the songs, especially the country songs, because there's such a sort of southern twang usually. I always want to not say the end of my words properly. So for example, in Gunpowder and Lead, the word cigarette, I don't say cigarette, I sort of just go cigarette and never end it. And that just doesn't sound good at all. So that's a major thing that I try and work on, which means doing tongue flexes, which looks weird but it works, and tongue twisters, which are a pain but they work really well. But yeah, after rehearsing without doing warm-ups, I will always do warm-ups now. It just doesn't sound good at all, I've discovered. My breath is awful, as I said, and I don't know how I ever did go without warming up. And I would say to anybody that doesn't think that warm-ups are necessary, they are, and believe me, just try them and you'll see a massive difference in your vocals. But yeah, so that's what I've discovered recently.